As refugees were being evacuated from Afghanistan into the U.S. last year, why weren't they all being thoroughly vetted?
So, are you talking about what are you referring to?
Well, so as the White House was managing the Afghanistan withdrawal last year, we were told no one is coming into the United States of America who has not been through a thorough screening and background check process. But now there's this DHS Inspector General who says CBP admitted or paroled evacuees who were not fully vetted into the United States. That is not good. That is different than what you guys said. So how did this happen?
No, it's not different than what we have said. That very report, it did not take into account the key steps in that rigorous, you heard from us, rigorous and multi-layered screening and vetting process the U.S. government took before at-risk Afghans were permitted to come to the U.S. Again, I would refer you to the DHS comments on this. It did not take into full account of what the other agencies are involved in making sure that this multi-layered process and screening process, it is a multi-agency effort, and it did not. This particular report did not include that.
Okay, but so in the last week or so, we've heard the president calling elected Republicans a threat to the country. Does he think MAGA Republicans are more of a threat to the country than people DHS says may pose a risk to national security and the safety of local communities?
Again, DHS has disputed this report. And it said it didn't take into account the key steps that we have taken as a U.S. government, the rigorous multi-layered screening and vetting process that we take as a government. That was not part of the report. Again, this report is not accurate. I know that our team has spoken to your team about this, and the DHS has provided a comment saying just that. So again, I refer you to DHS.
President Biden has said that not every Republican is a MAGA Republican. Would he consider Mitch McConnell a MAGA Republican?
I'm not going to go into specific name or people from here. What I will say is, you know, when you go back to the speech, his speech last Thursday, you know, people have talked about if it was divisive. It wasn't divisive.
Because I know you can't speak specific to that investigation nor to the findings there. I know where the line is drawn at this White House as it relates to that. But what has this president specifically said, and has he held any calls with some of America's allies or even adversaries on the issue of nuclear secrets the U.S. may have some access to try to placate their concerns that that information is not in safe hands in the United States? So
I can say this: we don't have any calls to foreign governments to read out at this time on this particular issue. As you know, and I'll reiterate this, you already kind of alluded, you know, when it comes to this specific issue, as I've said many times, I'm not going to comment, but again, I don't have any calls to read out to
Let me ask separate from that then. Obviously, this is not unique to this investigation. There's been discussion that classified information was mishandled by the last administration, even before this investigation that we've been reporting on. So at any point has the president had conversations with other nations to communicate to them that that information, they should view that information as secure? What has he done to try to make that message clear to those allies or adversaries around the world?
Again, we don't have any calls
Has he in the past?
We don't have any calls to any foreign government to read out to you at this time.
From any time over the course of 18 months?
We don't have any calls to read out.
And just one other topic following up on Peter's question. Can the United States assure its allies that their nuclear secrets are safe?
I know you guys have a lot of interest in this, and I know this is a question that is more broader question, but I want to be very clear, and from here we cannot comment, or we will not comment on anything related or close to the independent investigation, and I'm just not going to comment on that.
The old DNI part, shouldn't the president be interested in? So these
it has nothing to do with interest. It has everything to do with ODNI doing their process and us letting them